So I go back to the house. Once the police leave, because I already know if I show up, I'm likely to get arrested. If I go to jail, I don't see a judge till probably Tuesday, if not Monday. I do have priors of domestic violence from when I was younger that once I should have never had. So that comes up. Even though I done had them sealed and everything, but that's more for like jobs and stuff like that. But I go to jail. I come out. We're unable. She said, now look, I'm trying to talk to my wife. She said, I don't care if my kids go into foster care. So that lets me know I'm still talking to the enemy, still using her. Because what parent says, I don't care if my kids go into foster care? That's the first thing. Second thing is, she keeps telling me, you're going to do it again. That's the enemy pretty much telling me I'm going to continue to do this until you break. And then she said something like, you'll kill me in the middle of the night. So the enemy wants to get me to a point where I'm just I'm just fed up that I commit murder on my wife. Peep the game, people. This is what spiritual warfare is. This is why people do go to jail. This is why people do kill their spouses. Because the enemy will torment you. Because she constantly keeps saying, I'm not going to divorce you. I'm going to be here for the kids. But that don't make sense. Right? She's saying how I'm going to beat her up again. Even though I didn't beat her up. I grabbed her. I hemmed her up. I grabbed her by around the neck, but I didn't choke. I didn't grab her to choke her to make her not be able to breathe. I grabbed her, threw her on the couch, straddled her, and then that was it. All was in about 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. It probably was like 3 minutes. Maybe not even that long. It's like now when I think about it, like 5 minutes is a long time. 3 minutes is a long time. I wasn't even straddling her that long. But she did have a little knot on her head from when I threw her on the couch. And she hit her head on the couch. But it wasn't from me hitting her. Now, like I said, I went in there and I apologize and I will talk to God. But when I first come back in the house, she says, come on, let's go. Let's do this. Come on. Fight me. I'm trying to figure out why did she call the police, right? Because, like I said, I left the house. Not because I felt like I need to be fleeing from the police and running from them and anything like that. You know, this ain't the first time that I had, and I probably said it on these videos, that I had to grab her and try to get control of her and anything else. But I tell her, I said, so if you call the police on me, what do you think they're going to do? You got a knot on your forehead. I'm going to go to jail. If I go to jail, whatever little money that we got saved up, we got to use that money when we already got plans to use that money for other things. You know, trips or whatever, or just to have a nest egg. I go to jail and I'm in jail for about 3 days, and now, work, I'm in jeopardy of losing my job at work if it gets back to them. Unexcused just being absent from work. Like, I can't trust her to be in the house today. Like, all I know is I go back in the living room and mind my business. She calls the police and says, oh, he's back now. And then they come and arrest me. This is what the enemy wanted. He wants me to get to a point where it jeopardizes my family. Same way with my son. And he brought that up. Even though my son attacked me and fought me, now my son ain't living with me. But he wants to get to a point where it messes up my family. It messes up my marriage. She's constantly yelling and screaming, saying that, making it seem like that I'm the abuser and she's the victim. Because she kept saying, well, I'll just continue to take the beatings. And I'm laughing and I'm looking at her like, are you serious? I don't beat you. But I'm the one that been taking the abuse. I'm the one that been taking the torment. And she keeps telling me how she's going to continue to torment me until I snap, kill her, or really beat her up. So I'm like, so why are you with me? Because of the children. But if I'm abusive, why do you stay around? If I'm verbally abusing you, see, she does it to me, but I know what's going on in this spiritual warfare. So that's why I stick around. The enemy wants me to bow down my knee to her, to him, let me say that, to him, and tap out. So he could let God know, look, Rashad tapped out. He ain't who you told me who he was. I've been torturing him for 3 years. I told you that he's not going to continue to follow you. That's what he wants me to do. He wants me to leave my wife, leave my children, beat her up, cheat on her, disrespect myself. Whatever it takes for him to show God, hey, he ain't who you said he is. Then she's also saying, why you ain't video recording this? I said, I already made my video. She said, when you get the money, I want half of it. I said, I don't do this for the money. If I was doing this for the money, we would have been had income coming in because I would have been posted these videos. But till this day, I haven't posted not yet one video to YouTube. I don't do this for the to be famous. I do this to get the message out to anybody that's going through the same thing that I'm going through. And they need answers and they don't understand why. The enemy been playing us like a fiddle for decades. Everybody we see, he's been playing us like a fiddle for decades, people. It's crystal clear in the Word of God. So now I feel like I got to go get a room for the night to go to work tomorrow. She ain't going to work. But when she called me the first time, she called me to say, hey, are you going to be back so I can go to work? I said, yeah, I'll be there when you go to work. But she don't go to work. She calls the police. I said, why are you calling the police? You call the police on me if I don't do nothing to you. So now you want to call the police? I said, I done grabbed you before and you ain't never called the police. But now you want to call the police because she got that knot on her head. So now it's, all the other times she didn't have nothing on. The enemy knew, I don't have anything to show the police. He ain't beating me up. But the little knot on her head will put me in jail. The little knot on her head will put me in jail. And if I go to jail, it damages our whole family, financially and everything else. And that's what the enemy comes. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Like I said, we supposed to have been going somewhere this weekend. But me, you know, I know this enemy, and I know he's going to be within her for like the next 72 hours, especially if I don't say nothing to her. He's going to try to continue to argue, even tomorrow. Like, she said, oh, you're only going to be gone for one day. So if I come back tomorrow and her mom ain't here, she'll pull the same thing. So now it's like I need to be gone for 2 days until she picks her mom up, or when her mom comes, travels out here to be here, so we can still have a good weekend. And then she got to talking about, oh, you're mad because DJ was in the pool. I wasn't really mad. I was just more like, why would you allow him to get in the pool when it's 66 degrees outside and we supposed to be getting in, having a nice weekend, and he's going to be able to get in the pool there and it's going to be hotter? You know, that's like a bad judgment call, but this is the enemy. He makes things happen to get the outcome that he wants to. Like, he orchestrates things that take place. Then, you know, she opens up the window, talks loud. I'm not even in the house yelling at her. I'm trying to talk to her, but can't talk to her because she continuously is yelling and screaming. Telling me how our children is watching and this is what they're going to do. And they're 2 and 1. They're not going to remember this when they get older. And if you think if anybody that's listening, can you think and remember anything that took place when you was 2 and 1 years old that traumatized you at 2 and 1? Maybe you witnessed your mom or dad get shot in front of you. Maybe you might be able to remember that. But arguments or a little verbal fight or even a small physical fight, you don't remember that. That's not going to traumatize you. Like, my girls will have to see this continuously for like until they're like 7. To say, damn, my daddy and my mama was fighting all the damn time. But at 2 and 1, can they sense it that, you know, it ain't no love in the house? Yes, they can. They can sense it.